What is up, Total Excellence dudes? Thank you all for coming by the stream. So, excuse me for the delay. Let me see. Is my mic on? Make sure. Perfect. You can. Just got to double check with you dudes. So, anyways, I am coloring a piece for my good buddy Peter, aka Pad DeLuca. Okay. Just to let you guys know, I freaking went ahead on the flatting process because there's a lot of work to be done here. Because let me see here, get back over here. So if you guys can see, Peter's style, his is more influence on the '90s comics and stuff, and he has a lot of it has to do with heavy inks, cross hatching, and all that good stuff. So, I got to use darker tone colors to, have his inks blow up because I'm going to use more darker tone colors. So that way, this piece is going to pop more. I have my pencil with me. I do not. The heck did I put it? This is not good. Let me see. I have it here somewhere. Because there it is. Found it. Sorry for the delay. So yeah, dudes, I pretty much have all my references ready. So I went to the flattening process early on. I think I spent an hour before I went live. So that way I have a good head start, Let me see here. As far as how I see in my flats, let me see here. Okay, so I even have another I have another reference too, and this is hilarious. I wonder if Peter even used this as a reference because it's pretty funny. It's pretty close to how Peter's reference look or his interpretation to give that wild '90s aspect. It has a more was a Marine 4000, something along that. That's really cool. I find it hilarious as well. So let me see. Go on ahead and just start coloring this bad boy because there is just so much, so much to do in this piece, but it's all good. I always like a challenge. Let's go on ahead and start coloring this bad boy. So I haven't really watched the Lightyear movie even when it came out on theater, so at least with my first interpretation when I first saw the trailer, I honestly thought, this is becoming a year where Pixar is starting to stylize their CG artists. So it's becoming more it's starting to stand out and becoming more unique because Pixar was having this style that they had since I think when they first started, I guess. So we'll say 20 years, okay? They've been doing it for the past 20 years, and it's time to get some new blood and get a little innovative with technology and the art style because they've been doing that style for past 2 decades. Let me see here because I got 2 references of this character here from the bottom. It's got patches and stuff. So let's go on ahead and get a good mix. I think this is going to be brown. Boom. And then color this one. This purplish, it's purple, but I want to give it an illusion like it's black. from afar. Okay, and now just going ahead to that. Oops, this is what I wanted. Yeah, I want to make sure I'm being precise of how Peter inks his piece. There's a lot of debris too around this piece, so I gotta be like very careful when I color over the debris. Go. Okay. Now, let me move my camera because I don't usually have it in this angle. Let's see here, boom. What else? Here, gotta be brown. Yes, these antennas I added. So I'll figure that part out later, what color to color the antennas. Go. We got Neostar in the chat. The brilliant star that shines through the night. The jagged rock in the boot of crime. Evil beware. Riser Man stands before you. What's up, Neo? How are you doing, bud? Thanks for coming by the stream, man, as always. How has your weekend been, bud? Ooh, there's some parts here that I missed her hair. I think this is good. Like I honestly thought with the graphics with like Lightyear, I honestly thought they hired its software to like create like their own version of Doom if it was Pixar. And it pretty much looked like that. I honestly thought it was like a Doom movie, except Pixar version. And it just happens to be under the license of Buzz Lightyear. As far as I know, they're going more of the route what they're doing with they're going within the route what they're going with Star Wars, where there's going to be a crap ton of spin-offs. And you know, who knows? Maybe it'll be a good some hitters. I honestly don't know how it was with Lightyear in the movies, but I know they're going through that route. They use well-known IPs, and then, you know, pretty much do what they want to do with it. Me, on the other hand, I don't really much care what mainstream is doing anymore. Because at this point, since streaming exists, I'm not watching any cable TV to the slightest. I'm even watching like old movies around like, as far as I know, whether it be either the 90s or the late 2000s. I've watched Superbad. I finally got to watch Superbad, and yeah, it's one of those movies that's not gonna pass for today's audience. That is safe to say. Neo says tragically unproductive. Let me see. I was hoping to get a couple picks done along with a story synopsis for Paul. Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean, you just gotta make it happen. If today wasn't, something came in the way for you, bud, then just, make it up for tomorrow. That's what I usually say. You just gotta go on. You gotta go on crunch mode to make up for all the past time that you've missed, and that's the part that sucks. It's when you're behind schedule, which is something you usually want to avoid, but things happen. Let's see. I think I pretty much got it good. Okay. There's just so much debris that Peter added, so now I gotta do double duty and just start coloring over all this debris. I mean, it is an epic piece. It's just now there's just a ton of small detail going on here that I gotta watch out for. See, when I found out the Lightyear movie would have nothing to do with Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, I immediately lost interest. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They say it was. I honestly don't know what's the reason. I think I know they were trying to like. How can I say? I guess they're just trying to find ways to say like, oh, this is just real life version of Buzz Lightyear, and even like not even using the actual voice like Tim Allen was very odd. Honestly, very odd, but I know why they didn't choose him, and it just all has to do with political and what they were going with within this movie. But I digress. Again, they say what they say, and it's just a different interpretation. What else? She got like this going on. Uh, what else? Okay, so on her left arm, it's red and orange going on. So I'm gonna go and like use this here. See if I can freaking. Has like this orangey red going on. There you go. I think I got it. This part of her, there's just so much going on with this piece. It's all about the details. Let's see here. I wonder if Peter's going to be on. Let me see here. Uh-oh. Gosh dang it. There you go. Oh, yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, this is pretty much on point with the colors going by. Crazy. How far is it? See here. Boom. Going ahead and get this bad boy colored. There is a lot of detail. At least I know in the background is going to be like gray and smoke. Let me turn this off. Got like this orangey. Turn off the ink so that way I get that red back. Whereas the most majority is like this dark orange thing going on. Okay, now see. Look at my piece again. Yeah, there's like a few orange stuff going on here in this piece. Over her knee pads. Knee pads is like. There we go. See, although what's presented in this pic is way more interesting. Yeah, no, definitely, Neil. You know, Peter always has a cool take of like how he interprets certain things. I pretty much dig it. I even asked him to like send me this. This is like way back. I don't know how long ago this was when I asked him, but yeah, no, I was pretty much. I think it was around the time like maybe the movie came out or maybe like that, and I pretty much dig his piece. I was just, I did not look how much he has done. There's just so much going on, and I need to like up my A game now. This is a true test right here. I'm trying to figure out this because this looks like it's part of her armor. Yes, it is. It is part of her armor. So kind of gonna approach it like how Mike Spicer approaches like Daniel Warren Johnson's work, because his work is pretty much like heavy inks and pretty much let the inks be the highlight of the piece, but also the colors does this huge improvement in like Peter's ink work. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Okay. She has a lot of like, I mean, she pretty much fits the bill of like 90s and this stuff. So there's this, and then let me look at the other piece. So pretty much like, I'll just give her a little armor here. Let's see, am I tilting too much? Yes, I am. Okay. What was I gonna do? Yeah, just color like her machine on her right shoulder, which is the ball. Um, yeah, this would be good. Turn off the inks. That way I have like a more accurate look at the colors. It's orange. Going. Okay. I'm practically gonna use the same colors I used for her in the bottom. Oops. Let me do this really quick just to deselect that. Perfect. Yeah, pretty much on point here. Pretty much like this color here. To use as my alternative for black. see. Turn off the inks. Go. See here. Turn out the inks. All right. Okay. Grab this. Ichthus, laugh out loud. Thanks, pal. I've always wondered what happened if Image Comics wrote a Buzz Lightyear story. Well, now you know. That's pretty much what it looks like. Um, yeah, no, what was it? I remember Image picked up the Power Rangers when they were in the Zeo season, and literally issue one of it was a cover of Rob Liefeld, and I kid you not, those are the most jacked up teenagers I have seen in my entire life, and I freaking love it. I am a fan of Rob Liefeld's art style. I love the over the top anatomy, and I don't know. It's fun. I enjoyed his interpretations of the Rangers. Let me see here. It's gonna do some cleanup here. Then the line work. Well, not the line work. What am I talking about? Like just making sure that it is in line. Go. What else here? We look at freaking this crazy marine. I mean, look at this. This is pretty sick. It's hilarious too. As far as I know, it pretty much is free interpretation. I think he'll take ownership of like the color scheme and stuff. I'll use this dark here. Go. Go and do that. Yeah, it's looking good so far. It's showing some promise. See, we got Jetto in the house. Well, hello, sir. How are you? I am doing excellent, dude. How are you doing, Jetto? Have you seen Lightyear? And if you have, because I know you're a Disney fanatic, just to say it, put it out there. Um, have you seen Lightyear? And if so, what are your thoughts of it? And does it remind you of Doom the whole time if Pixar picks up the IP of Doom? Because my theory is they must have picked up its software, uh, use one of the concept arts for Doom 1. I don't know if Doom Eternal even was around that time either, but they did. I feel like they scouted some of the people that worked on Doom. Because I was just waiting for somebody to start making memes of that because I'm like, this is freaking Doom. If Pixar, if Pixar makes it like that, because it's pretty familiar style. So it felt like it's more of a video game than a film. Well, yes, of course you have. What are your thoughts of it, bud? Let's see. Forgot to color this cat. The cat's name is Socks. I kid you not, dudes. The cat's name is Socks. So I have anything here that we can give Socks some colors. Pretty much avoid him. I think he should. Honestly, he should be the most easiest one to color because it's just literally just him. He's crumbling up. I feel like this is a Terminator reference. It's literally just half of it. Yeah, I feel like this is a Terminator reference. Because come on, how can you not? And if Peter says it's not, well, I say it is. Go color this. Don't worry, we're gonna highlight this bad boy. I feel like he's more like this color. There you go. This color's good. We'll color his collar here. Let me see. I like the movie, however, Zerk kind of threw me off. Uh-oh. Really? That's interesting. Usually the movie villain, it's pretty much, what stood out the whole thing. Well, makes the movie stand out, but I don't want to say too much. Oh, okay. Hey, it's the robot cat. Definitely. Let's see here. Let's color his eyes here. Green. Let me see what his eyes look like. Has this dark greenish look. Yeah, it's pretty much close. Let's see this other green. Just use this green. And then we'll give this cat terminal. I say terminal. Should be Terminator. And I'm back. Okay, so I see Neo in the comments saying the same thing too, that he has no comments of the bad guy of this film. No, it should not be green. It should be red. I don't know why I put green, but put red. Because now it's an angry cat. It's not your warm, fuzzy kitty. You know what kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, oh my gosh, what was it? It's an old, not old, but it's around the 70s or 80s. Crap, what was it? I even talked to Ginge Friday night about this animator that worked with Disney for a long time. I mean, a long time. And we're talking about like he used to work for the Seven. I think it's called the Seven Men, who were basically like the animators for Disney. I think it was called the Seven Wise Men. If I haven't said that already, I don't sound like a broken record. But yeah, but what was that movie? I'm gonna look it up now since it's already bothering me. Let me see. There we go. The movie's called Oliver and Company. Kind of reminds me of that cat. It's like, oh, geez. Looking at I'm using the computer version now of StreamYard. I'm using my cell phone whenever I look at your comments, guys. The robot cat comes back from a laser blast. His mechanical parts explode, but seemingly unfazed. He's good, but unfeathered. I heard the Seven Wise Men uh, also worked on The Incredibles, but I could be wrong. I don't think so, dude. I think they were dead by the time The Incredibles came out. But I know the director who did The Incredibles was the same director that did The Iron Giant, and he was literally the only director from Disney that wasn't part of the team. He wasn't even part of Pixar. They literally just scooped him out, and he just pitched the idea to them. So that's an interesting story to look into. Let's see. Oliver and Company was one of my favorite Disney flicks growing up. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, Oliver and Company was a really interesting movie. It's been a while since I've watched that movie. I might watch it again to have like a fresh set of eyes and just to see like the message behind it because it's been so long since I've watched that movie, man. But there is an interesting what was there was an interesting fact that the animator that worked on that for the Oliver and Company, he said that Disney was like in full gear doing CG like mixing CG with 2D, and I believe Oliver and Company was the first movie to mix CG with 2D animation, which pretty much blew me off, you know. Well, not blew me off, but like blown me away. I honestly thought, if I could remember which movie it was, I honestly thought it was Tarzan, because when you look at the behind the scenes, like you literally see the blend of 3D, like 3D CG with 2D animation. But when I heard when Jid told me Friday night in the Discord, he says like, "Oh no, it's Oliver and Company." So I'm like, "Holy crap, dude, that is insane." Let's see here. Look at this cat. I'll make the fix later. Let's see. There's no school like old school. Definitely. Let me see here. Kind of like color. Let me see. I gotta finish this cat. I mean, this is like supposed to be the most easiest one too. Let me go and color this dude. This is like gonna be nightmare fuel for any kid that wants this. Who knows? You never know. I might dig it. Okay. Play around with the mechanics. I feel like this would be more accurate. Bring back the inks now. Get this here. Let me see. I want to turn off the flash for a minute. Turn off the flats. Okay. Alright, I see that button here. That shows me like how far this is. Go. Oops. Oh, excuse me, guys. Let me see. Oops, wrong one. Excuse me, guys. We're getting sleepy and it's not even that late. Getting old, man. Getting old. Let me see. Jet of Fire says, so what's the inspiration for that drawing? So the artist, I even put him down in the description below, is Peter, aka Pat DeLuca. His style is influenced with, the 90s comics, basically like back then in the Image era. Got dudes with, let me actually enlarge myself here. You got dudes right here that are like, I can't even like, pretty much dudes like here. And yes, it is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, it's nothing too crazy, but it's pretty brief. I even read it too. I was like, oh shoot, the turtles. They got to fight together and stuff. But I mean, they don't really much have like, what is it? A crossover is a crossover. It's like they're just there, and I think it's also to promote, what is it? Their version of the turtles. I think Eastman and Laird did the story for, I think, like once like Image, And it's the most brutalist version of the turtles you will ever see in your life. It's called Urban Legends. So yeah, it's pretty brutal. I mean, this one's more Rob Liefeld influence. Oh snap! Buzz Lightyear versus Savage Dragon, bro. I don't know. I loved Eric Larson's early work. They said that. I know with Eric Larson, his influence behind it was Jack Kirby, and I wish I remember what the other artist is. That was his influence, but I know Jack Kirby was one of his influences. And they said that because of him, they say like he even influenced Bruce Timm, and I'm like, Bruce freaking Timm? You mean the guy who freaking made basically the animated version of DC Comics? So it's quite interesting. I mean, I don't see. I mean, at least with Bruce Timm, I mean, if you look at his early work, it is simple, but not like super simple how we see his work now. But that to me is pretty interesting. I mean, Space Marine Buzz Lightyear. Okay, you can't really see his hand, but let's see. Turn this off. All right, for this, we won't make it too much like white. Yeah, pretty much like that. Uh, Turn off this. I've seen some pretty brutal TMNT moments. Raphael getting his face blown off, Leonardo getting his hand bit off, Donatello becoming Marvel's Deathlock, Michelangelo becoming a novelist. Oh, that's funny. Um, yeah, man. Urban Legends was pretty crazy. I think you know what? I'm not gonna say anything because it's like spoiler territory. But again, this is like a 30-year-old comic at this point. Um, let me see. What can I say? Michelangelo novelist. That that is pretty wacky. I don't see Michelangelo novelists, but apparently the creators do. So I'm not gonna question that. It's their baby. It's their. They know their characters better than anybody else. Oh, jeez. There's just so much to do in this piece, and I'm already getting sleepy because I gotta get ready for the 9 to 5 tomorrow. So I think I'll leave it at that. But I am definitely gonna work on it, just more behind the scenes than anything else. So just switch it on over here. Let me see. Who knows? I might even start like fighting the stuff that I want to work on, so I'll be more prepared and do even more crazier stuff. So thank you, dude, so much for watching the stream. Unfortunately, I haven't finished this piece, but I am planning on doing it. So remember, dudes, stay excellent as always. God bless. Have an awesome night, guys.